We all hit seasons where life feels like an uphill battle, and it's easy to lose our way when things get difficult. But James gives us a clear map. He shows us the difference between the pressures that pull us off course and the work God is doing to keep us on the right path. Now, James lays out two very different directions our lives can take when we're under pressure. The first path we see on the left is the path of temptation, which comes from within. It promises quick satisfaction and it leads to death or dead end. But then on the right hand side here, we see the work of God, and that comes from above. It works through truth and it leads to life. Now, here James shows us the progression of temptation, and it follows a predictable pattern: desire, sin, and death. It begins with desire. Temptation appeals to something already within us. Desire is not in itself a sin, nor is temptation a sin. But when we are drawn away and we give in to desire, that's when it becomes a sin. Then sin, if it continues, grows. And when it's fully developed, it leads to death. So the scripture says, sin, when it is finished, bring forth death. Now, this is not necessarily a physical death, but it is a real separation, a loss of clarity, direction, and connection in how we experience life with God. This is a progression, not something that usually happens all at once. Now we can look at the character of God, the contrast here. James says that every good gift and every perfect gift is from above. God is not withholding anything from us. He is the source of everything that is truly good. In creation, light sources shift and they cast shadows. The sun moves, shadows change. But with God, there is no variableness and no shadow of turning. He does not shift. He does not change. He is consistently good. Now we see what God is actually doing in our lives. Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth. This is the shift. Temptation produces death, but God produces life. He uses his word to make us new. And he calls us a kind of first fruits. We are set apart for God. We reflect his nature, the evidence of his work. So when we step back, we can see clearly there are two paths: the path of temptation and the path of the work of God. One leads to death, the other one leads to life. And every day We choose which one we walk. And as I close, I just want to reiterate that we all will have seasons where life feels like an uphill battle. But now we can see it clearly that temptation follows a predictable pattern of desire, sin, and death. But Jesus came to break that pattern because Jesus is the truth. He brings truth where there was deception and life where there was death. Truth does not cooperate with delusion. Truth does not partner with deception. It exposes, confronts, and sets free. And now we walk in truth, not deception, in life, not in death. God bless.